That's it? Okay, guys, good evening, everyone. We're going to start continuously our Shalom Bayit. Last time we finished with the explanation about the Chukot HaGoyim. We talk about the Chukot HaGoyim. What's Chukot HaGoyim? It's very important to know that we should not follow the Goyim laws. It's a mitzvah from the Torah that Hashem tells us not to follow the law. You guys didn't was here, some of you was, and we give a lot of explanation. And we say that if we're not gonna stop follow Goyim law, our Shalom Bayit is going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult because last time we also connected Shalom Bayit with the Chukot HaGoyim by saying the society himself is the biggest distraction for the Shalom Bayit of the Jewish families. Because since we're in exile, so every place we were gonna be, if this for the beginning was in Mitzrayim, and then it was in Rome Empire and different places. Right now, then it was in Russia, many other places. How much we're gonna see the society of surrounding us, it will cause us problem from Shalom Bayit. We cannot say like the others saying, "Oh, where any country you are, you just have to live the way they live or do whatever they teach." There is specific things that we could do it, or it's not sin to do it, but there's specific things that we should not do that. We're not allowed to do this. Like wear the way they wear the clothes, the way they behave, specific things against Torah, the way connection between husband and wife. The society, let's say they teach, we cannot do that. Because our Torah teaching totally different way. It doesn't teaching us or telling us to do the way they are teaching us. And because of that, we lost a lot through the generations. Yeah, the respect between husband and wife. We lost a lot. We lost the respect of the kids to the parents. We lost the respect for the elders. We lost the respect to listen to the parents. We lost the respect to listen to somebody older than you. We lost the respect with somebody talking to you older than you, how to listen to the person, how to answer to him. We lost everything. We're losing. Until today we're losing that. We're losing that. The reason we're losing that, we're trying to live the society. When you start to do the way they teach or the way they explain and the way they say, you're in trouble. But truly, I also want to connect it with the Haman Arasha. I don't know what's come to my mind today to talk about that, because if you realize also, it's very beautiful to connect this, how it's important. And even in the Purim himself, even to not Purim yet, soon is coming, by the way, after this Chodesh Rosh Adar, that until we didn't scream to Hashem to help us, to save us, He didn't save us. And Hashem wanted to do that we should wake up. What the idea of Haman was, how he came to Achashverosh, what he told him. We're not going to go all through the entire details, but a couple of points. He said to Achashverosh, listen, there is a nation. You don't need them. Achashverosh said, what do you mean by that? I mean, you don't need them. He said, it's totally crazy nation. It doesn't make sense. First of all, he said, it doesn't follow your holidays. Look at the words. First of all, he said, it doesn't follow your holidays. The almost doesn't work. They have this holiday, they have a Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuot, they have every Saturday they have to take off. They cannot work, Friday they have to work half a day. They have this holiday, they have that holiday. I mean, And our holiday that doesn't mentioning they have to be totally separate. Why you need this? Why you need this nation? I mean, it's not worth it to you to have this nation. Let me finish them, God forbid. Let me bring you a couple of $1,000 or millions of dollars, whatever those time was. It's better for you than to have this nation. Now, I will say something else. It's not that Ahasuerus say that, but we could see here there's a point that close to that. Imagine yourself, Ahasuerus said, does they follow the law? You know what? You said it doesn't follow our law, doesn't do this. They do follow their own law? Они свои законы соблюдают? You know what I'm saying to you? If the nation, Am Israel, will follow their law, they were supposed to be followed. They were supposed to be that Haman never ever come that idea to his mind to come to Ahasuerus to say, I will let's destroy this nation. You getting my point I'm trying to say over here? Mm-hmm. I mean, a little bit difficult maybe to understand what I'm trying to say, but try to grasp it. Try to understand what I'm saying to you. Yes, Haman came. He said they have this kind of law. They are different from other nations. They do this. Why is he saying that to you? We always try to show we're different. We are chosen people. You know, with this, with that. The question is, do you do whatever Torah said? That's what I'm saying to you. Do you do what Torah said, or you just saying that? The truly, if we're gonna see the generation, our generation to the generations, all the problems, all the suffers we suffered, is because we didn't follow the right law of the Torah. We do trying a little bit here, a little bit there. You know, we cannot say we doesn't have a shul. Yeah, we do have. We're coming, we're praying, Kippur, Rosh Hashanah. The question is, if you're coming just to show yourself, make a mark, and that's it, or you coming for real? Do you really want to follow the real law, what the Torah said in your business, in your life, in your inside, in your house, while you're living with your family, or just to make a show off that you do that, but really you doesn't do that. It looks like you do, but you really doesn't do. You know what I'm saying? You get my point I'm trying to say over here? Yeah? So basically, if we look at the point, that situation of the Haman Rasha, where he came over here, and he said that you don't need that nation because they're different. We are different. But the problem is, we have to show that we are different. Understand? We have to show that. Not just verbally, by believing we know that the thing. We have to really show that. You cannot work on Saturday, you cannot work Saturday. That's it, period. You cannot work. You have to keep the Shabbat, you have to keep totally. You have to keep the mitzvah, you have to keep totally. Now, with this from another side, also I want to also bring this too. Now, let's talk about the Haman himself. Basically, if we're going to realize, we're trying to be chas v'shalom a little bit like Haman. You know that? You know that? And I'm going to explain myself. I'm going to explain myself. Haman HaRasha, one day was sitting, yeah, bring all his friends, yeah, all his relatives, whatever, and he's sitting and he's saying by like an ego, and he's saying like this. He's saying, you know, my friends, I have everything in my life. Haman saying to all his friends and families. He's saying, he had 10 kids. Every kid, every child, he's the mayor of the city. Do you imagine yourself? All his 10 boys. I'm serious. Yes. You don't believe? It's written. Yeah. You think so? You think that? He had every single his boy had the mayor of the city. He was so wealthy, and Ahasuerus, when he agreed with them by telling, let's destroy Shalom, whatever, he give him his ring into whatever, and he give him open check. Millions and billions dollars he had. Haman had everything. As the biggest rich person in the world. And he said he has every child is the mayor of the city, and I'm wealthy. A king loves me, and the queen loves me. And you know what he said? Look at the word he's saying right now. I want to listen carefully. It's very important. It's also connected to us, and somehow, and one of the points. He said, "Oh, whatever I have next to my eyes, it's nothing." Chivola za homo? Mine chivogashte. What missing? All this, whatever I have, is nothing. I feel like I doesn't have this. What the reason? Mordechai doesn't bow down to him.
Ego.
Mordechai doesn't bow down to him. Why? Because the king commanded by saying he giving the ring to Haman, and he said, everybody have to bow down to him. It's like a king's law. Everybody bow down? Mordechai not. How come? So he said, we're not going to go to detail right now, it's not the point, just to bring this. And he said, Mordechai doesn't bow down to me. Because of that, whatever I have, I doesn't see it. It's
worthless.
Yeah. What Hashem did to him? You're not happy? You're not happy? Okay. I'm going to show you now. Hashem says, I will take you everything from you. And not everything. I will destroy you. Rahman al-Islam. Totally. Then you're going to have nothing. You're going to have nothing. Because that's exactly what happened. So they said to him, what's the problem, Haman? Take a very thick and long thick 50 amma, 50, I know, the 50 feet maybe, it's a long one. Go to the king and he say, I'm come here, let's hang Mordechai. And it is. He took that stick, that thick one and long one, and he said with the idea to Hashverosh. And Hashem, we know the story. Hashem made the changes. We don't want to go right into the details. And beside to get hang Mordechai, turns the king said hang Haman himself, and not only him, his kids, Rahman Islam, his family destroyed totally. He lost everything. Now, why I say that, I'll tell you. You see what's happening to the person? We see what's happening to the person? Desire to receive. I want. I want everything to be perfect, everything kosher, everything 100%. For how long? For 120 years. For everything I want perfect. I want this, I want that, I want this. How many times we have a fight at the house with husband and wife because husband wants some stuffs and he's standing in his word. And sometimes wife saying, I want you buy me this and that's it. If you're not going to have it, I'm going to live with you. And fight for that. And I want, 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 and I want. That's all desire to receive. That's basically, if you're going to realize, is the basic fight, basic catastrophe happening in husband and wife. If the husband and wife following Torah way, if they're in the religious way, and whatever they have, they're happy, why should we fight? Why should we fight? Why should be misunderstanding? Why should be situation to bring the situation God forbid for divorces? I had a couple last week which called me. I hope they got divorced, but they won. God forbid, Rahman al-Islam. And why? Because she said, I cannot live with him anymore. What's the reason? He said to her, oh my way or highway. And she said about if you're wrong, doesn't matter. Because I'm a husband, you have to do it. It's wrong. This kind of thing. You have to be compromised. If you are wrong. This kind of thing, oh my way, highway. There's another couple was, she wanted the words why? They wanted the words why? Well, she wanted to live she wanted to live exactly in specific place, only that place, in another place. And he doesn't want that place. Oh, you don't want this place? We're not gonna live together. Do you see how people getting divorced for no reason stuff, for nonsense things? See that? You see that? What's going on? What is this? It doesn't call desire to receive? It doesn't call desire to receive? What does call? Call or not? Talk to me, guys.
Yes, absolutely right.
It does call desire to receive? How we're gonna know what I have to get that to turn that desire to receive to desire to share? When you give in. When you start to learn to give in. And not only this, beside that, I mean, entire situation, if we see, by the way, also a couple of shurim before, I mentioned to you that, and I want to also mention now. Now, entire situation of the Shalom Bayit, we have to know one thing, which is very, very important. You know, person action does give an effect to the world. And not only this, husband and wife, if there is a Shalom Bayit between them, yeah, they're creating an enormous harmony to the world. Not only for themselves, to the world. Which kind of harmony? Imagine yourself, your Shalom Bayit, and I'm telling you, what I'm saying is really real. It's Kabbalistically. Imagine yourself, your Shalom Bayit bring peace between fire and water. Do you imagine yourself? Do you imagine yourself what I'm saying? Huh? You know? It is. That's the way it's go. It is. Do you know, your Shalom Bayit gonna bring peace between sun and the moon. You're gonna say, I never saw fighting between sun and the moon. You don't need to see that. When we see in the world coming a lot of diseases, God forbid, a lot of problems, a lot of chaos, it's from that situation. Whatever we do, through that, sun and the moon, we're receiving that. So your Shalom Bayit gonna give peace between sun and the moon. Do you imagine yourself what I'm saying? It's gonna bring peace to the entire world. You know why? Because all of us connected to the entire universe. Every your single movement, every your single speaking with your husband, every your speaking with your wife, it does give effect to your family first and also for the others. You know that? So imagine yourself how much if you're gonna try to work on yourself that I'm gonna start to restrict myself from now on, let's say, not to hurt my wife. Or she's gonna say, I'm not gonna work myself not to hurt my husband. It doesn't mean any kind of different situations. Let's say some husband or some woman, they like to scream and yell at the house when they want to receive or achieve something. Otherwise, sometimes the husband is saying, why you yelling? Why are you screaming? You see, if I'm not going to yell to you, you're not going to give me what I want. So she finds a solution. Why you give it? So why you give it when she's asking something? Because you want to quiet. He doesn't want to hold the entire yell. Okay, I'm going to take it already. The question is this the right thing or not? Well, the Torah way is not the right thing. Because it could be a situation that one day going to blow up. He said, listen, you're asking too much. If I want to always close my eyes because I don't want to hear any or yelling and screaming and yelling at me because you're causing it because of that problem to receive whatever I want to achieve, and you're always going to do that, I can't live like that. For specific situations, could be she going to say, okay, let's say one time, twice time, whatever. And then it's going to cause problem. Or let's say husband saying, I'm going to be the stubborn person in the world. If I will say something, it's going to be it. Because I want to prove my wife that I'm a man. It has to be that way, otherwise not the other way. It's also going to create the chaos or blow up. And not only this, you know, when there is an adjustment between husband and wife, when they understand each other, when they love each other, it's also giving the biggest chinuch, the biggest respect for the kids. The kids, then they understand how to respect the parents. They know that today, I always saying that. The kids doesn't respect the parents, it's our fault. It's not the kids' fault. I mentioned this, I don't know, we have to always to remember that. Today the kids doesn't respect the parents, it's because of our fault, the parents' fault. How many times husband shedding the mouth of his wife next to the kids? How many times wife shedding the mouth of the husband next to the kids? You think it doesn't give effect? Еще какой эффект? They're saying, it's okay, he's still child. I could remember words 35 years ago. How you could remember that? How you could remember 35 years ago stuff? Because the human mind, human brain is like a picture, you know, it's like magnetic, it's going to your brain, you might forget, but it's inside in your head.
Subconscious.
Huh?
In your subconscious.
Yes, it's in your head, you're never going to forget that. And how long we do that? Imagine yourself, there is no respect between husband and wife for years. Not for 1 day or 2 days. Years. So what do you expect from your child? My son doesn't listen to me. My daughter doesn't listen to me. There's another new thing come out right now in our generation. What is it? Okay, the kids grow and they're supposed to get married. So you see the husband, okay, take care, do something about it. No, speak, roll, run. Well, it's not my business. Father, mother saying, it's not my business. Ooh, what is your business? Since when it's not your business? He's big enough. He's big enough. He's gonna find himself. One side, not all the side, little bit to give him to open his brain yet, but not totally. Because when you give a child, leave it like that by himself, he might become to the age or even to the 40, never gonna find himself. You're never gonna find himself. Father, mother have to have responsibility for the kids. They have to be worried for that. Not only by verbally speaking talk, also by praying, crying day and night, doing tshuva, doing stuff, speaking with the rabbis, I don't know, doing tzedakah, doing all this good possibility to do it. To be worried that my kids supposed to have a family, get married, and create a family, and to have a success in their life. The parents have to work on that. Now because of that, you could see today, I know guys, 50, not married yet. What's happened? He looking himself. Age of 50? It's almost half a life passed. What are you going to find out right now? It's already half a your life. What? Okay, let's you get married. When your son getting bar mitzvah, you're going to be 63. How is it possible to do that? Is everything whose fault? It's parents' fault. How come Torah said age of 18, have to get married? The truth, it have to be that way. Maximum today in yeshiva they're saying, okay, 20, 23, 24, maximum. 24 maximum. But not more than that. And it's true. Really how young is possible is better. And it's everything whose hands? It's the parents' hands. Now, the discipline between the parents is not finished after the kids get married. It's continuously going. Because even your kids get married and they have a family, they have to still look at you and learn from you more. You know that? They have to still look at you and learn from you more. And that's the biggest chinuch, that's the biggest discipline for the families and the kids. And most of them, to learn, have to respect each other. You know, sometimes person, a woman or a man, they feel like you put yourself down when you respect. Why I should call him? Why he should not call me? Why she have to call? Why I have to call her? Why she not call me? Why me? Why not him? Why not she? Вот с этого начинается. You're starting. Why ego? Gava. I'm not gonna put myself. Why not him? Why not she? Why not? This thing's not gonna have a solution. Is what do you do basically? You're growing up your ego. You're growing your ego. So how are you gonna be a solution in this case? By the way, it's a mitzvah to break the ego. You know that? You see, I mentioned also to tell you that
Hardest one.
Huh?
It's the hardest one.
Okay, but that's the reason you're gonna have also highest one, the Gan Eden, because of that. That's the reason. The reason you're gonna have the highest one of the Gan Eden. You know, because I also mentioned, if you remember, we talk about that. You know, we have a 24, we have a 365 mitzvot not to do and 248 to do. We are focusing most of them in 248. The pluses. The minuses we're not so much focusing. We're focusing some of them, let's say important them here and there. Yeah, and other it doesn't focus. It doesn't go on that. It doesn't go. We're not go seriously on that. Each time you stop you're working yourself to break your ego. You keep Shabbat. You like make mitzvah Shmirat Shabbat. Each time you break your ego, it's like you made kibbut avayim. Each time you break your lashon hara, it's you keep all entire Torah. Each time you are working yourself not to say bad words, you like make kibbut avayim, what kind of mitzvot. And how about our mouth? You know, we talk about the, I said right now before, let's say sometime wife or husband, they shutting their mouth each other next to the kids. What about the bad words? What about the bad words? You should be this, you should be that, you're not person, you're not human being. And how much of sometimes we go into the parents even. Who is your father? Who is your mother? Do you know who you are? Do you know from where you came? What is it? No, listen, guys. We think it's not. You think it's a simple thing. You think it's just nothing. It's a very bad thing. These things coming together and getting harder and more, and one day it's gonna cause a lot of problems. My family is better. Your family is nothing. You know who my grandfather was? What is it supposed to be? And from where is coming everything? From the ego.
They learn from their parents.
From the parents. Okay, you see, they learn from their parents, but over here where we are, to learn the mistake, to not to do whatever they did. To not to do whatever they did.
That's why we come to your classes?
If we're not going to start to learn and work on that, so where are we going to get to? Imagine yourself, there is the biggest respect between Hazan and Rav. Half the kids you think that they grow. It's unbelievable going to be. Even they're going to go, today, I have a guy, he's saying, I don't know how I'm going to marry it. Anyone I call, she's saying no. Anyone I call, she's saying no. You have to check himself. Maybe act or speak. Doesn't make sense. Could be or not. Huh? Could be or not. The mouth, important thing, it's a mouth. The mouth. The way you talk, the way you speak, the way you act. The highest thing, and when you know how to break your ego. When you could call and say, okay, I didn't mean to, at least say something. Most of them to your husband and to your wife. But do not to hold a grudge. This is the important thing. I know it was half an hour just we talk, but let's make the questions and answers. Because I don't understand one thing. I mean, today many guys supposed to come. The one that is sick, doesn't feel good, doesn't go to your side, whatever. It's the important thing also not just to say, because the book of Shalom Bayit, most of the cases they speak about the, we're going to be more mention about the relationship, about the attention to each other, about the love each other and speak and give respect. But without the questions and answers, it's not going to be so well. So let's hear questions to make and don't feel like they recording you. They're recording me. Don't be scared. Most of the cases, and they come sure they're saying they're scared to talk. Why? Who knows? To imagine yourself what's going on. No, that's coming my mind right now. Most of the guys come to sure. Okay, today there's not everybody here. they skip to talk. I mean, it's incredible. Even in the Shemona Esrei, in the shul with praying, they're not so quiet. They're very quiet in the shul. Like this. Gauza, say something. Why, you scared they're going to record you? Well, Hashem doesn't have a recorder. That's what we doesn't listen. That's what we doesn't think about. That Hashem doesn't record us? How come without the recorder you speak free, you talk?